Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode number 87 of my series in which I will try to collect a billion iron ingots. In today's episode, I am going to work on a funky locomotion setup that I kind of proved the concept of last episode, and we are going to be building that, and I don't know why I'm going that way. We are going to be building that setup in my iron dimension. Now, I built this iron dimension a little while ago. It was, I don't know, a couple episodes ago, I think. Actually, it was more than that. But anyways, it's still residing here. It's not really doing anything. There's nothing going on. But I would like to go there and set this thing up. So what we need right now is, I guess we don't need it, but I definitely like to have my dislocator. It's just a little bit quicker. So we need to set this to Irontopia 1, which is the same as this right here. And we can go to our iron dimension. Now I have it set up to be down here, and I did a little manual mining, and it's pretty awesome how much iron you can get real fast. I was also tinkering with a few different concepts here, this being one of them, and I decided not to use any of this crap that you see right here. But we're going to be setting up a little automatically moved frame block miner to mine some iron here. Now we need to first set up some boundaries here. And I'm going to set those up, and for whatever reason it's not showing up on my mini map on the top right hand corner right now, my claim chunks here. So I need to go south, southwest. My chunk? I am in my chunk. I don't know why, but it's totally not showing up. So anyways, okay, it is kind of showing up at the bottom of the screen here. Okay, so this is the wilderness, this is mine, so this onward is kind of where we're going to be wanting to build. Now, let's not start off on the exact edge. Let's start off right. And actually, we're going to build it up more because there are going to be some structures in this world that are going to be several blocks high. I want to say they're like 5 or 6 blocks high. So we're going to actually have to build this up just a little bit. And this should be good. So let's start laying down our framework, literally framework, and let's get rid of all this. I think 5 by 5 will do. And I didn't really want to get rid of that torch, but that's cool. And then we need to plot this over 45 blocks, I think is what I'm going to do. So to help me plot this out a little bit, I'm going to use my vertical diggers. And we are going to put them on the bottom like so. So every vertical digger digs in a 5 by 5 spot underneath them. So that's one area for one. So 1, 2, 3, vertical digger, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. Vertical digger, 4, 5, and I can go ahead and build the rest of this off camera. It's just the same pattern all the way down, and I'm going to build that pattern so I have 9 vertical diggers, and that should be, the frame itself should be 45 blocks long. So I'm going to be back after I have that done. Now we see the basic I guess the basic layout is done here. And the first 3 miners actually had a little bit of energy in them, so they went ahead and mined until they ran out of energy. But what we're going to do next is we are going to extend this frame out 1 block either way. And that's because we have some other setup to do. Now, if we find the middle here, which would be this block right here, we need to set a couple things up. First off, we need to set up some energy for all these guys. And we can do that with an energy cell. For right now, we're just going to use an energy cell. We will definitely have to change this up in the future. But for right now, an energy cell will work just fine. And we are going to be using signalum plated impulse item ducts for this. Now we are going to have to set up these just like so all the way across. And as you see, these things are starting to mine. And that's not really a problem. I think they'll stop once their inventories fill up, which shouldn't take too long. Actually, it might take a little while, but I'm not worried about it. We just need to get the general setup done here. Next, obviously, I'm using signalum plated impulse item ducts, and I need to make sure that I'm actually getting enough power to these guys. And right now, it looks to be doing just fine job of that. But we need to set up a couple inventories here, and that is because currently these miners have these blocks have nowhere to go, so we need to set that up. And we are actually going to set up two different systems here. And what I need to do is I actually need to go back home because I need to grab a couple filters real fast. So let's go. Actually, you know what? Let's shift click right real fast. Let's add a new, and we'll call this Iron Miner Irontopia 1. Okay, so now we are going to not go here. We are going to go home so we can grab a couple filters. I just need 2 of these guys. I think that'll work just fine. And then we can go to this. Go right back to the miner. And okay, so these guys are making decent progress here, which is fine. I honestly don't really care at this point. I'm just more worried about getting this set up. So what we have to do is we need to set up a black hole unit, and this will be for the iron ore, and then this right here, the modular storage, will be for literally everything else. So let's plug this tier 3 storage in, and then we can hook these guys up to the system here. And we need to, yes, I actually need to have that active on both sides. So we need to set up some servos real fast. I guess first I want to set up the filters. That would definitely be good. Okay, we are going to blacklist, and we are going to blacklist iron ore on this filter because we want everything but iron ore to go in here. And then on this one, we are going to whitelist iron ore because we want only iron ore in this thing because it can only handle one thing. So we'll do that, and then we can set up our servos here. So we need to set these up to ignore, and first inventory should be fine, nearest first. So we do that with all of these. And like I said, I actually need to have a servo on both sides of this. And I just realized something. I have a little problem here. And that is that these 2 signalum plated impulse item ducts are not actually connected. So what we need to do real fast is we need to set that up so it is connected. So first off, we need to put a signalum plated impulse item duct here and wrench it away. That way we're not getting like an energy loop here, so where it goes back into the energy cell. So now it's actually connected on both sides. What we can do to this is we can wrench this. So now we should be able to use this imp or this servo on just the one side, and it should be completely fine. And these servos don't want to act very nice. For whatever reason, they just want to take out of the first slot. Hopefully that's not going to slow these things down too much. And as we see down here, we actually got a little cavern down there. I didn't know that would even happen, but that's fine. Not a big deal. And that's kind of why we have the modular storage here, so that if we encounter things that we didn't really expect, those things have a place to go. So let's just finish this servo setup real fast. And I am going to go ahead and chunk load this. That way this thing can get all the way to the bottom here. And okay, let's see. What do I want to do, or what should I do next? I think the next thing is we need to set up the drive on top here. So we need to grab a few things from our main base. I have a timer and I have a redstone block and I also have another energy cell. I need to grab a couple things. I need to grab a frame pusher and a frame slider. And those things aren't too difficult. I don't think I need anything else. I'm going to grab some flux duct real fast. I don't really even need good flux duct. We can just grab any flux duct. So let's go back to the iron miner here. And now we can set up this drive on top here. Now first off, we need to set up the slider. And the blue is on the right spot. I want it to actually go this way. So I have the arrow pointed that way. That's cool. Let's set up the battery here. Let's go ahead and put it on top. And just for the sake of my OCD, I want things to be centered as much as possible, and having the energy cell face this way or this way is what I want. Actually, let's turn it around. Okay. And then the frame pusher, I think, needs to be right here. And the redstone block, I think, can be there. And you know what? I'm going to turn this around again because we need to have this to be out to the back. That's what we need this flux duct for. Okay. So now we should have power to everything. I am going to go ahead and wait for all these guys to finish up real fast. And why aren't you going? I'm confused. Why is this not working? Okay, so I believe I have some kind of there's some kind of mistake with my item duct between here and there. So what we're going to do is I'm just simply going to replace it. Because it's acting funny. I mean, everything should have been able to pass through there, but it obviously was not. So let's just go ahead and set this back up. Hopefully that fixes the problem. And it doesn't seem to be fixing the problem. Strange. Maybe this block right here needs to go. Thinking that maybe, for whatever reason, this wasn't connecting correctly. Are we getting any action? That's strange. And is this one? That one's actually done. Signal and plated impulse item duct. Okay, so this one's working now. But this one's not. Not really sure what that's all about. I really shouldn't have hit that because it's not the miner that's messed up. It's just not pulling anything out. And I think what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to change something. So I want to grab a few things at home. But first I want to go to bed. Get rid of all the monsters. And then I want to grab some retrievers. Because obviously we're having some issues here. So let's grab a couple resonant retrievers. And I don't know why I did that. And then we can go back. Maybe, let me try something. Let me try round robin. That's still totally not working. So what we're gonna do is, first I need to grab some iron. So let's go ahead and do that. I need to grab my retrievers and not my servos. And then, I didn't actually mean to do that, whoops. Okay, this will be blacklist, iron ore, and this needs to be always on. Okay, so for whatever reason it gave me everything when I did that. And then over here I need to whitelist iron ore. And I need these to be on round robin. Okay, so that one's going. That one's empty. Why are you... Oh, because I reset it. So it's working its way down. Just not there yet. So that should be good. I'm not sure why these things are kind of finicky. At least they seem to be right now. But whatever, it's working. It looks to be working. So what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to go away for a while and wait until this thing actually gets to bedrock. And then we're going to go ahead and test the drive system here. And hopefully everything works out. And then we'll continue with the setup. So I'm going to be back here in a couple minutes. And here we are. And we are done with our little mining loop. I realized I made a mistake here with my setup. These two blocks will not be moved forward if I were to move this thing right now. So we actually do have to move these. Whoa, daddy. I don't know why that... Oh, I see what happened. The frame pusher worked. It did its thing. It wasn't supposed to. So normally everything would look like this and everything would be hunky-dory, which means I need to set up this to be out in the back and out to the left, and like so. Our input redstone signal for our slider here needs to go right here. But I'm thinking I can do something a little bit fancy to get this thing to move. Instead of just the 1 block forward, I would actually like it to move 5 blocks forward. But that's going to require some redstone wizardry, or not wizardry, but some redstone know-how. So I'm going to test a few things. First, we need to go back to my main base so I can grab some stuff. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to need to grab, but I have an idea of how we can do this, I guess. But first, I need to look at some of my redstone options here. I know there's a repeater. I might be able to use repeaters I kind of don't think I will, because I think their timing will be too close together, and that won't work. I might be able to use a redstone receiver. Let's see. Obviously, I'm going to need a timer, and I have a timer with me. But I would like that timer to trip a redstone signal 5 times. And I don't know how things will react once they are moving. Let's see. To be honest, our best system might be a redstone system that we place on the ground somewhere in a chunk-loaded chunk, and then we transmit the redstone signal to a receiver that is actually on the rig itself. And so I think let's go that route. So we need to do a few things here. We are going to need, and I just lost everything I need. I need a redstone receiver. I need a redstone transmitter. So let's go ahead and get those things first. So, yeah. Because we have 10,000 things going on here. Let's get a redstone receiver, a transmitter, and then let's get some redstone. Just some dust here. Let's get rid of that. Actually, I might need some frame blocks still. I probably will, to be honest. Actually, I probably won't, but we're gonna grab some anyways. I have no idea if I'll need that. I already had frame blocks. Okay, so I have a timer. I have a bunch of redstone. I have transmitter, receiver. So I'm also definitely going to need some repeaters. And I'm going to need, I think, a lot of these. So let's go ahead and just make a lot. So the system I have in mind, and let's go ahead and set it up somewhere right here. Because this is just kind of a dummy proof of concept system, is we're going to have something like that. And let's get rid of these stupid torches. They're in my way. Actually, I might need to make it bigger than that. So this will be 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I don't want things to cross here. So I think what's going to go down is, and I hope I actually have enough repeaters. And there's probably an easier way to do this, but this is one way I think will work. So our timing setup will be something like this. I'm guessing that one of the mods here adds a block that actually has delayed redstone output if it receives a redstone input, but I'm honestly not sure. So what we need all this to do is go into this transmitter here. And is there a way to access this? Okay, I'm gonna guess that I just linked them. Channel set to 1, yes. So I just totally linked them. I don't like how a lot of the mods use like the same overlay space. I understand why they do it, because this is a really good area to have stuff, but at the same time, so many mods use it that sometimes you get overlap. So what's gonna go down here is this. I need more redstone. Give me redstone. And this system is really ugly, but let's see here. And I totally probably should have built this over in my other world. That way I could see if it actually like moves my rig like I want it to. But whatever. I can rebuild this in like 5 seconds. So now I need some sort of indicator here. And let's actually make like a redstone lamp. I think that will be, and I don't even need to encode it. Whatever, I have the encode now. I'm probably never going to make another redstone lamp, but whatever. So, theoretically, if, say, I set this guy to... Okay, I don't like how that's playing out. Because it's not 5 separate signals here, it's... Okay, actually that seems to be working. We can see the lamp kind of in the background there. And for each time this timer goes off, it's pulsing 5 times. My only fear is that it's too quick. So how we can kind of combat that is just more repeaters, to be honest. So I think the system's going to go ahead and work. So let's go ahead and grab everything. And to be honest, I wasn't entirely sure that that was going to break. So let's, like I said, I'm going to grab everything, and then I'm going to take everything to my iron dimension, and I'm going to set it up on the ground somewhere, and then we are going to test it out. So I'm going to be right back after I have this set up in my Irontopia world. Okay, my timer is set up practically the same. The design layout is pretty different, though. So instead of having 2, 4, 6, and then 8 redstone repeaters as delays, I have 3, 6, 9, and 12. And so because I didn't actually have enough repeaters to do it efficiently, or to build it efficiently, I didn't bring enough repeaters with me. I decided to change the layout a little bit. In the middle we have our 0 delay, and I actually have a few repeaters in the middle, and they are set to the minimum amount of delay, and that's because I don't want feedback loops. So if I just had redstone here and here, what would happen with my redstone signal is that it would go around and say it would go around this way, it would go around that way, and it would go up the middle. Obviously, up the middle would set off the transmitter the first time, but it would go around here, it would come around, and then the redstone signal would loop back around. And so you'd have an infinite loop. So that's why I have these repeaters in the middle here, so there are no infinite loops. All the signals go out and come back up the middle. And hopefully, if I actually design this right, this will work. So let's go ahead and test it real fast. We'll set up this lamp again. And whoa, why are you? What? Output's not on. Output's off. I'm confused. I'm really confused. So let's go ahead and pick this up. And let's try this again. What? Oh, the draconic pickaxe strikes again. So that actually needs to not be that. I don't know why this is showing to be on. I'm really confused. Because that shouldn't be on. Because this is the transmitter, and it's off. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to build another receiver, because that receiver's not playing very nice. So this needs to be on 0. This is 6. This is also 6. And Yeah, that's right. Let me try one thing real fast. Yeah, okay, so this receiver's like broke or something. So I'm gonna go and grab a replacement real fast. Let's home. Why you broke? Nope. Okay, so let's grab the new one. This is not linked yet. It's linked to the transmitter. What? I'm like really confused why this isn't. Why that. Okay, now it's working. Okay, we saw it blink. I think it blinked 5 times. So I think it's working. I don't know why like it's initially behaving strangely. But let's go ahead and set this thing up. And we need to change this timer. This timer needs to be something. I actually think I calculated it last episode. But something like 8,000 ticks. Okay, so let's tick this thing off by doing this. And then we can watch the timer, and then once it gets to 0, actually let's do this. Okay, so theoretically this thing would move. And it okay, I kind of figured that might happen. It's not fast enough. As in, my delay isn't long enough. It moved, what, 3? It needs to move 5. So I need to come back when I build this delay timer to have even more delay. So I'm going to be right back. Okay, so I have a new timer system set up, and as it follows, 0 delay or virtually 0 delay, 5 redstone timers, 10 redstone timers, 15 redstone timers, and then 20 redstone timers. So hopefully that's enough delay at this point to get it to go forward its full 5. Right now I only have it forward 3, so what I'm going to manually do is I'm going to manually grab this button, and I'm going to push it forward the required 2 more. So that's all cool. The next thing, if you'll notice, my vertical diggers have not restarted, and I believe that is due to them not receiving a redstone signal. So what we can do is we can actually give them a redstone signal through the impulse item ducts here. So, and what we can do is we can actually, let's go ahead and remove one of these guys real fast. And we will be using redstone relays against all of these guys. So let's go ahead and set that up real fast. I'm pretty sure this will work. I've never actually tested this, but Actual Editions uses a lot of redstone stuff with their machines. So yeah. And then redstone relay. Unfortunately, this is kind of difficult flying. Okay, I have that one set up. It's difficult because I can't use the shift button, because that would send me to the ground. Okay, lastly, let's see here. Okay, so we need all these to be output on red. output red. Output red. Oh, almost forgot this one. And then I think what we can do, let's grab this, is we can set up another transmitter receiver combo. Okay, so this is set to channel 2, and let's see if we can set this one to channel 2. Okay, so we have it set to channel 2. And what I want to do is, for this last pulse here, let's see. I actually want it to just take off of this last pulse, but unfortunately they're not really separated enough to do that at this point. One thing I can do, I guess, is I can just run a parallel line. This isn't clean by any means, but it should work. Yeah, this is definitely not clean, but whatever. Set all these to max delay, and then we need a transmitter. So that's channel 1, that's channel 2, and this channel 2 guy, and shoot, I just realized I need one more redstone relay. We can put it anywhere down here, I think. I'm not sure if that'll stick, but okay, we need to rotate that. Rotate it again. Okay, that'll work. I need to go back. I need to grab one more relay real fast. And I don't know why I did that. I always do that. You can only sleep at night. I sleep whenever I want. So I think what we're going to do real fast is we are going to manually kick this. And that didn't work because this redstone relay is not hooked up. You know the reason why I went... Okay, so this should be input on red. Let's try this again. I really was hoping that would work. Is that still oriented correctly? Is that the receiver? It is. Okay, let me try one more thing. Okay, so that's totally not working. One more thing here. Let's go back and grab a... Let's not go back. Let's make it right here. We're making a redstone torch. Because you can change the mode of these guys with the redstone torches most of the time. Oh, no. Okay, so, apparently this isn't going to work. Or maybe it might not work. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way to reset these things automatically. But I don't know of it right now. Okay, so, essentially, what we did in today's episode, we made a little caterpillar miner, or frame miner, whatever you want to call it, to mine in my iron dimension. Currently it's not functional. It's mostly ready to go. I just need to figure out how to reset those vertical diggers, to be honest, and then I think it's ready to roll. We're gonna manually have to get the iron to the system, but that won't be hard. We'll just grab the black hole unit and set it to an import bus. and that way we can get our iron ore to this main system. As of right now, I have 462 million iron ingots, which is pretty fantastic. We're almost halfway there. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.